Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another video. So today's video is going to be part 2 in my 14 days quarantine deep clean with me. So last week I shared with you some cleaning motivation to help get you through if you were stuck at home in isolation or in quarantine for 14 days. So while the initial lockdown or isolation period was 14 days, it looks like that is going to change completely, and who knows how long we're going to be living in isolation and adopting this new way of life. Nonetheless, I am continuing with part 2 of my 14 days quarantine deep clean with me. So last week I shared with you some ideas to kind of give you some cleaning motivation for if you were stuck at home in isolation. And this week I am continuing with that same theme. So I am doing some big cleaning tasks that I wouldn't normally do in my everyday cleaning routine. And as you can see shortly, I haven't cleaned underneath my fridge for quite a while. It was kind of gross. I think this look says it all. So I know I've been living in this apartment for 2 years, and I know I've cleaned underneath my fridge at least once, maybe twice since I've been here. But obviously that is not enough because there was food and like chips, crumbs, all kinds of grossness and so much dust. I know I have mentioned before that my apartment is really dusty, but the back of my fridge where the air vent goes, it was so chocked up with dust and it was so bad. And obviously that is not good for the motor, it's not good for energy consumption, so that definitely had to be cleaned out as a priority. So just giving everything a really good sweep out, and then I went through with a dustpan, and then I went through with a vacuum cleaner, and then you're going to see I went through with a cleaning cloth. So I went through like 5 stages of cleaning this thing. I went to town, but I had a bit of a scary incident. When I plugged it back in and turned it back on, the motor kind of didn't start back up, and I was cleaning the seals, and normally when you have the doors open for a while you get that beep from the alarm that tells you that the temperature is dropping or that you've had the door open for too long, and I didn't hear that beep. So I was like, what is going on here? And you're going to see I was a bit panicked for about 20 minutes, but then in true Aussie chick fixing style and then I just gave the fridge a couple of jolts and the motor just kicked back in. So thank goodness. But it was a little bit scary there for a while because I thought I was in for a very expensive weekend. Thankfully, the motor kicked in and it was all good in the end. Oh my gosh, the fridge motor actually just kicked back in while I was recording this voiceover. So I'm going to put on a song while I finish cleaning the fridge, then I'll be back in for a chat when I start my next cleaning task.
I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling the groove? Oh, baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, baby. Won't you love me? Oh, but kinda new way. Oh, but kinda new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe.
So you can see here I've been opening the doors and leaving them open, trying to make the fridge alarm go off because I'm trying to test if it is actually working. I keep checking if the thermostat has changed, if the temperature's gone down. And it's now that I start taking everything out of the fridge and putting it into the freezer, obviously trying to keep it cold, given that groceries are really hard to come by. And I'm thinking, where am I going to get a fridge that can deliver in time? I've just filled up the fridge for when my boys come back. What am I going to do with all these groceries? And I'm kind of starting to panic a little bit. So I'm just at my last resort. I just kind of give the fridge a really good jolt. And thankfully, the motor just literally kicks back in. So thank goodness for my good old Aussie fixing skills. Hopefully everything is okay with it. So it has been 48 hours now and it's been working fine, so thank goodness. So now I can put everything back into the fridge from the freezer and not have a stress attack and a full-blown mental breakdown.
I don't wanna seem all rude, but I can't remember where I am. A mattress on an old wood floor and fragments of the night before. I don't wanna waste no time, and you don't wanna waste your love. Even though your kiss on fire, my mind is all blurry now. Feeling low, hard to breathe, but this I know, I won't leave. Waking up in a bed with my head on the chair.
Oh my god, I thought I broke my fridge by cleaning the motor. Thank god it just started, but it was a little bit of a scary moment. So if you are going to be cleaning your fridge, be careful if you do remove the back panel to vacuum the dust off. Just be careful. Maybe don't do it. Maybe just vacuum as well as you can with leaving the back panel on. But if you do it, be careful because that was a little bit scary. I thought I was in for a really expensive cleaning job. Anyway, back to the cleaning.
That I don't even know, but I guess it makes sense, 'cause I know we both learned everything.
Yes, I just figured out what my last 14th cleaning task will be, and that is going to be to clean my vacuum cleaners because they are pretty flippin' gross.
With my head on the chest.
Actually, I don't even think I've said what my 14 cleaning tasks are. Let me find my YouTube book. Okay, so this is what I did last weekend when I started the 14 days, my 14-day quarantine clean with me. These are the cleaning tasks. And then this one is going to be my gel nail. This is what happens when you're in quarantine, isolation, and the beauty salons shut down. Where? So this one, well, who cares? This one's going to be cleaning the vacuum cleaners. Ooh, see my bra. So stay tuned for what we have coming up to clean next. Yes, thank God the fridge is working.
Happened last night, so just come back to bed. I wanna hold you. Come back to bed. Oh, just come back to bed. I can tell what time it is. The thing is, I don't really care, 'cause I got no place to be other than.
So since we have been in kind of lockdown and groceries, especially cleaning products, have been really hard to come by, Australia has been putting everyone on rations in an attempt to stop people from stockpiling all of the cleaning groceries. This is what we've resorted to in Australia. It's pretty tough, but tough times call for tough measures. leave a comment below what your country's done to try and combat the panic buying and stockpiling of groceries. And if you're an Australian, comment below if you've got the toilet paper from this series, because just like the real thing, I could not find it anywhere. And continuing in the theme, in last week's episode, I made a slow cooker meal. I made Chipotle style slow cooked chicken, and this week I am making a slow cooked beef kind of casserole stew type thing. I didn't make it in the slow cooker, I actually made it on the stove top, but I slow cooked it. And it was really delicious, except that I mistakenly added chili instead of paprika to it. And so it was a little bit spicy, but that is okay. Little spice never hurt nobody. And actually, to be honest, this is one of the things that I have enjoyed about being home more, or being home 100% of the time, and that is doing more cooking and particularly doing more slow cooking type meals. I've really enjoyed it, to be honest. So looking at the positives and the plus side of being in isolation and being forced to stay home, you've kind of got to do things at home, and slow cooking is one of the things that I've been doing. What are the things that you've been doing to kind of pass time, or something that you maybe don't usually have time for, but since you've been in isolation, you've taken up again? Oh my gosh, I tell you one thing I wish I didn't take up, and that is starting to watch bloody Tiger King. I swear, I started watching that. I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. I was like, what is this? This looks like complete garbage. Watched half an episode, and I think I binge watched about 8 of them. It is absolutely addictive. You know, it's like a train wreck. You just can't look away. Like, who are these people? Do people really live like this? Are these real people? Please, this cannot be real. It's so bad, I just can't stop watching it. It's like a guilty pleasure. I don't know, has anyone else watched it? Surely I can't be the only one. I know that it's getting a lot of memes around the internet at the moment, so I'm sure a lot of people are watching it, and I think a lot of people think the same thing. It's like, what in the world is going on here? Anyway, Tiger King, do you love it? Do you hate it? Have you not watched it? Have you watched the whole thing? Have you watched it twice? Let me know below if you are a Tiger King fan or not.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, 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 to better times. Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting.
So I've got to be honest, cleaning these windows, because they're so huge and they look so daunting, is something that I have been putting off for literally ever. And when I looked back at the footage, I discovered that it probably took me about 8 minutes, not even going to lie, to clean on the inside. It was not a big deal, and it just goes to show that even the things that you're kind of dreading and you're putting off, when you actually get in and do them, they hardly take any time at all. So just get in, get it done, smash it out, and before you know it, you will have beautiful clean windows, or you will have done whatever you have been putting off.
Like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my
So just as the windows took much less time than I expected to clean, cleaning the barbecue was sadly not the same story. This took at least an hour and a half to clean, actually including all the time it took to put all the bits through the dishwasher. It took forever and it was so gross and disgusting. But now that it's done, I'm so happy that it's done, and it is clearly something that was well and truly overdue. Now, I must admit that I do regularly clean the grill part, so after every use, I do have a wire brush that I clean it down with after each use, but pulling the grill out and cleaning underneath is something that I don't even think I have ever done, and it clearly needed it. So sit back and relax and enjoy watching me cleaning my barbecue, which is something that if you are in the States and you're getting ready to come into summertime, you're going to want to get this done.
Like we were fiction in a book.
Because once you get it done, it is going to make such a difference.
Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Honestly, even turning it on to light, it now lights up straight away rather than before. I think it must have been clogged up with too much grease or something. It used to take ages to start, and now it just starts first go. So it was at about this point that I realized that a lot of this grease and grime was not going to come off easily, and I could spend hours and hours and I still wouldn't get it clean. So I think next time when I use it and it's hot, I will go in with the wire brush and see if I can get any more off that lid. But for now, that is as good as it's going to get on the inside. The outside came up really well, and I really like those wipes. They've got little bumpy things on them that really cleaned really nicely. So definitely recommend those, both from Sally's, both available at Coles, Woolworths and at Bunnings. And with the grills and the pieces from the interior, I just put them into the dishwasher like I do everything. Literally everything in my house goes through the dishwasher. And then I sprayed on the barbecue cleaning, left it for about 10 minutes and then ran it through. Then I flipped it over and ran it through again, did the same process, sprayed it and ran it through, and they came out really pretty clean. Now, while I was waiting for the dishwasher to finish its cycle, I went out and I gave some of my plants that were on the balcony a bit of a haircut. Some of them were well overdue for a trim, and it was my fault. I left my 2 peace lilies out in the direct sun, which they don't like, and some of their leaves got burnt. I went through and I cut out all of the burnt leaves, all the dead leaves, and now I've moved them to a section of the balcony that is always shaded, so they're only getting indirect sunlight. So the last thing to do was to pull the grill racks out of the dishwasher and reassemble the barbecue outside. And I took my wire brush and I just had a test, and it does remove some of that grease. So like I said, when I have it running next time and it is hot and hopefully easier to clean, I will give it a good scrub on the inside of the lid and try to get a little bit more of that grease and grime off. I just have to run the cover for the barbecue through the washing machine and then pop that back on tomorrow, but we are done. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up before you go, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. I hope you found some motivation to help you get through your period of isolation and to stay productive and to have something to show for it at the end of it. I know it's a tricky time, but if you are anything like me, staying busy makes things a lot easier. Be sure to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a fabulous weekend, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.